can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. Hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
What we gonna eat no money, what we at you, eat no at you. Covid money, me say we eat the your little rat you. Use the youth, them on them waste, must a man to statue. Say me like a catch you, but me got in a figure you. Take the spit of money, gal and say that is not you. One day the man above him, look him, I got a bet. Too much it in the kitchen, some a fly well like a patu. My singers and DJs and social media's coming at you.
It burn me.
300% raise.
It burn me.
Garbage pile of the day.
It burn me.
Give the teacher them raise.
It burn me.
I see corruption face.
It burn me.
Mash down the people them house.
It burn me.
Every day appear arms out.
It burn me.
Appear money them a thief.
It burn me.
And them a sell out the beach.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and a resort to crime. You can't fool me again.
Come me say dig up all the charities and all of the givers. Some a go like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The already promises, none of them not deliver. Cut up the youth, them rap and they down in a whatever. Member bold money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them swell. When police don't a market like Satan out of hell, go mash up people start and thief when them sell.
It burn me.
Or they treat the market man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the cat man.
It burn me.
Or they treat the peanut man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the dirt man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat the sun man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat policeman.
It burn me.
Or them a treat soldier man.
It burn me.
Or them a treat everyone.
Can't fool me again. You can't fool me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy scallion, we can't buy time. You can't fool me again. Can't fool me.
Stevie dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love lake. We in Global. Bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global. We not promote them. We not support them. Look at them on the cheek come here represent for. We in Global TV. Check it.
Good evening, and welcome to the Global Television Group. Thank you for joining us. To everyone on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, good evening and welcome. We can't bother the roll call this evening, and about all me guilty. To my community of parity and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good evening and welcome. Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister, doesn't want to stop giving me content, even when I want to speak about something else. I have to stop off by the Prime Minister's residence, because under this Prime Minister's nose, another scandal is unfolding. Another NEPA scandal. I wonder if time has passed, will be intertwined into this NEPA scandal unfolding. But should someone else takes the fall for Andrew when NEPA is in Andrew's office? I really don't know. The chairman over yonder there have resigned. But shouldn't it be the Prime Minister that is taking some accountability in this whole scandal? Shouldn't it be the Prime Minister? But once again, Andrew Holness threw another of his staff under the bus without the Prime Minister, the ultimate one himself, who has responsibility for that department as it is an agency because it's in the office of the Prime Minister. Andrew Holness is silent on it, isn't it? There's so much going on in Andrew Holness's office that Andrew Holness need to even come out and speak to the public about. But as always, when there's blunder breaking away in the Prime Minister office, scandal government, they go in utter silence. So them send out Carencia, Darrell, and Marlon to come quell the discontent from the disrespect that the Prime Minister outlined at his conference on Sunday. Sorry, the giveaway them a walk and force down with short. So we feel glad for the $20,000 we can go to supermarket with. We feel glad for the £1 of carrot what a discount from JPS and the £1 of tomato what a discount for NWC. And we feel jump and we feel holler for joy because this government is looking after the people of Jamaica. I don't know when that part that we done happening. The thing to say £20 can look after anybody. One off something, you know. Not even say £20, 20,000 a month for a 6-month period. Or a 1 year. Not even that, you know. One off. And the nation must be grateful because the government is helping us to cushion the living cost. I've never seen such glaring insult from a government. This is not 1980, you know. They're telling us about 20,000. 2024, 100 English pound. The Prime Minister look at Jamaica people and give them £100 and tell them it's to cushion the cost of living. Why they can't treat with bad? Them can cheat with real bad. But the race argument continues to plow on. Right, I was born in the 70s, so I won't remember, and I'll not remember, I wouldn't know what happened in the political noise of the 70s with regards to race rhetoric. But what I'm quite certain of, both leaders of both parties in the 70s were white. I don't know how deep a race rhetoric would have gone on then. And maybe for some of you who was around in the 70s could say whether there was a racial rhetoric directed against Mr. Seaga during the 70s. I really am not sure or I'm aware of it. But human rights advocate Dr. Michael Abrahams agreed that the People's National Party, PNP, should consider publicly apologizing for the racial abuse that was directed at former Prime Minister Edward Seaga during the period of the 70s. That's the bit I'm concerned about. I won't be able to say if that was the case then, but it would puzzle me in understanding why would there be a racial rhetoric directed at Mr. Seaga from the People's National Party during the 70s when both leaders were white. So if anyone who remembered the politics of the entire 70s and the political narrative driven then as to whether what Dr. Mike Abrahams is saying here explain, Lachlan, you say Mark and Seaga is them, there's no equivalent. Explain, because I don't know what rhetoric was directed at Seaga in the 70s. I can speak to Seaga and PJ Patterson era. I cannot speak to racial tension between the Manley and Seaga era. I know there was other violent political issues of that time, not quite though aware of a racial tension given both were two white leaders. And as Ladybug is saying, and I think that song goes to that, the My Leader Barnya bit. That's the most bit we knew of the 70s, but for our generation who born within the 70s, who wouldn't be aware of what was going on then. But during the Seaga and PJ Patterson era, there was the black scandal bag argument coming from the Seaga camp, and then there was a black man time now coming from the PJ Patterson's camp. But I cannot speak to what Dr. Abrahams is speaking about, but I don't see how, and this is how you know Jamaica is not serious about solving issues. Because every time an issue presents itself, and it happens with both political parties regularly, whenever an issue presents itself, rather than dealing with the issue before us, we go back to 18 years, we go back to the 70s, we go back to all sorts. Just like today, the question was asked of Darrell Vaz or the Jamaica Labour Party members who were having their press conference. The question was asked by Mahiri as to what their views on Everard Warmington rhetoric, if they agree with it, if he should be disciplined. And they all went off to somewhere else, nowhere, that is totally irrelevant, without answering the question, dealing with the issue. Is why we're getting nowhere, because it's just going around in circle. If it was, as Dr. Mikey Abrahams is saying, if there was in the 70s racial tension directed at Mr. Seaga, are we saying that if the People's National Party doesn't apologize for what happened in the 70s, then it's okay for the Jamaica Labour Party to continue with this open bigotry in 2024? Because that's what they seem to be saying. As Darrell Vaz said today, if you're prepared to give it, prepare to take it. So they're saying we're not going to evolve from the 70s onward. If the Jamaica Labour Party, if the People's National Party was racist to Mr. Siaga in the 70s, then it's okay for us to racist to Mark Golding today. Since my whole lifetime, I'm not really aware of a racial tension in Jamaica. I'm really not aware. What I'm aware of is a class and a colorism divide. Never aware of a racial divide. The issue that we would come across in Britain and America as racism, we don't engage with such at home and that level. Yes, there's a similarity to racism and colorism when it comes to opportunity. But we don't have that societal tension between us. All of us blend and gel as Jamaicans, as the motto say, out of many one people. Color was never an issue when I was living in Jamaica, and I certainly not now. Color wasn't an issue because that person black, because that person white, because that person Indian. No, all of us were Jamaicans, regardless of whatever color we are. Regardless of whatever color we are, all of us were Jamaican. So this open racial taunt that the Jamaica Labour Party opened up in Jamaica. And then Bobby Montague is saying that the Jamaica Labour Party is the one best to have a debate on race and ethnicity. I mean, issues that we never have coming out of slavery. The Jamaica Labour Party is creating such issue in 2024 and is asking us to go along with them. We never have this issue until the Prime Minister pluck it up because he cannot deal with the heat of the politics that he's involved in. That's the only reason why we get there. So I don't know what they're talking about. Right, here is where I'm confused. Honor can't hold me guilty for confusion. I'm entitled to be confused. If it's a criminal case, I know there's a system where, I mean, especially in Jamaica, you can settle a criminal case, but that was you go before the court and you tell the judge, say, the two of you decide to settle or whatever. But whether it's an out-of-court settlement or what, I just don't understand how this thing works because I'm not used to criminal case being settled outside of court with privacy and them something that attached to it. I just don't know or understand, so I can't speak awfully well on that, but I'm hoping that the government can explain the confusion that me and probably other people are having, because I don't understand how you come to a settlement of a criminal proceedings. I really do not. Only the government and him friend them couldn't tell we how it go. But let's listen to what they are saying here. I don't know. But everything to do with Andrew will get dragged, pulled, pushed all over the place in order for the Prime Minister to just pull a wool over our eyes and walk on.
Assure Jamaicans that the Jamaican government remains committed to the protection of the Rio Cobre. We wish to also state categorically that the government was not comfortable with the non-disclosure clause in a mediated settlement agreement related to a pollution incident which took place last year in the Rio Cobre. We have directed NEPA to waive their non-disclosure rights and to publish the agreement and the chronology related to the incident with urgency. That will happen this afternoon. We wish to also advise that after meeting with the chairman of the NRCA, he tendered his resignation, and I wish to thank him for his service. But critically, we think it is absolutely important that the country understands that this government is serious about protecting the NRCA, and we are moving to ensure that all trade effluent discharge into the Rio Cobre ceases. We are working with all stakeholders to achieve this. Beyond that, the Prime Minister has directed that a river control authority be set up to ensure the good management of all of our natural assets, including our rivers.
I don't know. Andrew Holness and NEPA and them people will have to come and tell us. But hold on, let me check the message of see what Philip Palwell said. Hold on. Hold on there. I just want to listen what Palwell says. Bear with me, my peeps. No, I want to listen to Palwell. Why have you gone to that? Sorry about that, my people. Sorry about that. I want to listen to Palwell.
And do a debate with myself on this important issue of energy. Now that the JFK government seems to recognize the importance of energy towards growth, albeit after 9 years. You know, there are two questions I would ask you.
Hold on, my peeps.
If we did a debate.
This thing is playing me about.
Sure, LNG. I would first of all ask you, how much does LNG contribute
It is not.
to the total?
Are you hearing Philip Palwell?
And I know you'll be truthful, so you'll say 60%. The next question.
Right, I guess you're not hearing Philip Palwell. Let me change the settings and get Philip Palwell up here for you, please. Bear with me. Window. No. Instagram.
Could be how much of that?
Let me see if it's true now. Right, let me get that back.
And if you're truthful again, you will say none. Because all of the plans for LNG came up during my time as Minister of Energy. You know, I recall when they cut content.
What is happening here?
Solar farm was being opened in Florida in 2016, August. Everybody, barring none, attributed that successful opening to the work that I did as Minister of Energy. But more or none, let us have a debate, man. Chuck. So, Minister Vaz, why don't you accept a challenge and do a debate with myself on this important issue of energy? Now that the JFK government seemed to recognize the importance of energy towards growth, albeit after 9 years. You know, there are two questions I would ask you if we did a debate on the issue of LNG. I would first of all ask you, how much does LNG contribute to the total amount of electricity generated today? And I know you'll be truthful, so you'll say 60%. The next question would be, how much of that occurred under the JFP government? And if you are truthful again, you will say none, because all of the plans for LNG came about during my time as minister. You know, I recall when the content solar farm was being opened in Florida in 2016, August, everybody, barring none, attributed that successful opening to the work that I did as Minister of Energy. But more on, let us have a debate, man. Sure. So, Minister.
Right, so let's go back here and see if we get my settings back right. Yes. Really just want to hear where Paul will say. But yes, Andrew Holness not taking blame for anything. Andrew Holness, rather than having these departments independently led, Andrew Holness becomes a tyranny to the Jamaican people and make sure that all the services and agencies of accountability, they must be in the office of the Prime Minister. But when there's blunder within these agencies and departments, this Prime Minister takes no responsibility. This Prime Minister takes no responsibility. Walden shouldn't be the only one resigning Prime Minister. We are even waiting for your resignation from your Integrity Commission statutory declaration report, which cannot be verified. It's not the first you violate NEPA. It was the same way within the cockpit country when NEPA said no do. Prime Minister take up on his head and do. Because this Prime Minister does not give two cahoots. Now let's look at other conundrum. Come on, hold on. Put this here. Why is it not? Hold on, peeps. My system is a bit slow tonight. Just bear with. This system is slow tonight. But Mocha has arrested two of the posts. Why are the names so unfamiliar though? Oh my God, this thing is just buffering. Bear with my people. All right, let's go to this one. Yeah, we'll go to this while that one is buffering. Turn on the audio. There's no audio. Oh, this video has no sound, my people. So just look, this is the section of Dr. Chapelton Main Road in Clarendon. This is the danger of all roadways across the country. Where everywhere you turn, it's disaster, and risk to life and safety. A whole heap of road closure across the country, you know. There is a whole heap of road closure across the country because of failure to maintain our roadways, and now we're in the weather period where rain and fall, and it's a great excuse to the government to say because of the rain, we cannot spend spark, we cannot spend reach, and such a like, and such a forth. Everything is just falling apart, everything is just failing. And if the government had done so good on the economy, they should have invested into where we can see it and feel it. But the people don't seem to be, let me close this Instagram. The people don't seem to be feeling it nor seeing it at all. I'm going to have to hold on. I think this is ready. Let's see if it's in view for you. Yes, it is. It is. Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, MOCA, has charged 2 of 3 persons arrested in this morning targeted operation in Montego Bay, St. James, and Portmore, St. Catherine. MOCA says the charges are in relation to 17 million fraud investigation at the Heart NSTA Trust. I want to read the other article where the names are. Let me reopen this in WhatsApp, peeps. See if, no, that's the same old one. Let me go back to, not that. Hang on, let me open this again. All right. The names are there. Yes, this is it. That is it. Former Heart Trust employee Simone Ellis of Agagre Park, Portmore, is charged with larceny as a servant, possession of criminal property, and conspiracy. Meanwhile, Kevina Atkins, another get from over me now. Buy not from your Gleaner, why you don't you stop doing it? Meanwhile, Kevina Atkins, another former employee of the entity and a resident of Salt Springs, St. James, is charged with the offense of receiving stolen property, possession of criminal property, and conspiracy to defraud. Both are to appear in the St. James Parish Court on December 4th. Director of Communications at MOCA, Major Basil Jarrett, say this morning operation was a result of the diligent and painstaking work of MOCA investigators and demonstrate the agency's commitment to combating fraud and other financial crimes. MOCA, such as the one the Prime Minister should be investigated for. He's urging members of the public to report any suspicious activities involving transactions to the agency tip line 888 MOCA tip. So somebody depend them Christmas shopping. Somebody is looting for the Christmas shopping. Right, let's see what else have I got on my slide here. Oh yes, that's them. Delroy Chuck. On a day, the DPP building refurbish and expand. If it isn't a lie, and what them say really goes off it true, wouldn't it be that this renovation or refurbishment was done by substandard material if the condition get to the point where they have to move out these people go down a Delroy Chuck office? But another question I want to ask Delroy Chuck and the entire government. Judges and court officials in some courthouses across the country don't even have toilet, don't even have a proper working area to work with. Some of them have to work from in a them car. You as Minister of Justice, you haven't seen and you're not aware of the condition of the courts across the country. But for on a high profile friend, the DPP, on have to make sure fix somewhere on an office gear. What about the big empty building where Marlene Malahu Fort have a run over Office of Constitutional Affairs? Malahu Fort have a whole big empty building where she can't even get staff to put in her. This government can walk around and waste so much money, and then all the government can give we is 20,000. So if you know how that 20,000 happening, well, you would have seen and heard of this disgraceful video of these young people in Chilani ganging upon this young man. Well, the ringleader of the gang has now been arrested and charged. I only hope he faces the full wrath of the law, because you have to make example. Sometimes when you see this situation and trend, you have to make examples of them. Bad road, closed road, damaged road government. Come here, please, Andrew Holness. Well, I don't know where Jamaica, where Jamaica walk road wise. Everything name road pop down at Jamaica, you know. See the Nether Road closed. This time at St. Mary, Cox Street Bridge in St. Mary closed due to structural damage. We're in a Jamaica walk at the moment, Prime Minister. When it comes to road, let's talk about road. What is working? What is working, Prime Minister? What is working in our country? Because all you get up and do every day is commit more crime, defraud the Jamaican purse, fatten your purse, and just turn around, lie to the people. You and your half-baked prosperity. If it was your prosperity, Jamaica people are wait and forget to somewhere, I guarantee you hungry would and kill a long time. National Works Agency has closed the Cox Bridge in Port Maria due to structural damage, which has rendered the structure unsafe for motorists. The National Works Agency says this follows persistent rainfall that has been impacting sections of the island. Since the passing of Tropical Storm Raphael, the agency's technical team has now conducted the necessary damage assessment with a view to having the situation remedied in short order, I would have believed. Don't know what I'm talking about. Let me check my WhatsApp if Beat and Teach send me anything. Oh no. In short order, they say. Let me check if I'm missing anything here. Honestly, the plethora of water this morning. Darrell Vaz constituency is literally underwater. Darrell Vaz constituency is literally, let me make sure it's in view. Darrell Vaz constituency is literally underwater. All you see them I walk and I make up the whole heap of monkey story and unauthorized because drain cleaning is not done adequately or at all in Darrell Vaz constituency. This is how it look, and this is what the people of Portland, Fairy Hill, and other areas are experiencing because Potty Road fix bad and drain don't clean. So as soon as rain fall, the people are experiencing flood. We're not saying the entire thing is because of them, but a lot is, because if the water has nowhere to go, it just go stand up and look for way. And this is what is happening. No local government intervention or assistance.
This is what we have to put up with after the rain. The road has been fixed, quote unquote fixed. Can't get into our neighborhood, can't get out of our neighborhood. There's no parish council, nobody for us to talk to about this. This has been happening for a while. Calling the mayor, nobody's answering. Calling the MP, nobody's answering. What are we supposed to do? As taxpayer institutions, what are we supposed to do?
This is what we're getting. Nobody to talk to. So we are upstairs. Yeah?
There are infrastructure failure up and down the country, wherever angle you look at things from. Massive infrastructure failure, because why? The prosperity government, the government who stabilized the economy, the government who grew the economy, refused to invest in the economy. Anybody have any views and want to call in before the program ends? The number is on screen. You can text us and say what you want to talk about, and we will call you back. Yes, that's our type of if you're interested, just text the number on screen and we'll certainly call you back. Just text and say what you want to talk about, and we will certainly call you back if you want to. If not, what else do we have to look at? Let's see if anything else is on our slide. And how have you spent your eating fest yesterday? And how did you spend your spending fest today? Because I'm sure a lot of you may have immersed yourself into the, what's you might call it, the Black Friday brouhaha and all that jazz. So hold on, let me look if I'm missing anything else from the, okay. Oh, let me go up and talk it out loud page, because him always a post, you know. Andrew Holness is always posting some propaganda. Anyway, nobody have anything to say. I guess we'll call it a night. It's Friday night and it's the weekend. Let me check that my slide is completed. Yes, my slide is completed. It's Friday night. It is the weekend. It is indeed a holiday weekend in North America. For those of you who are still celebrating, do not overdo it and do not overspend on unnecessary things as well. Remember, these are high inflation, high cost of living times. So don't be tempted to spend on the unnecessary. Okie dokie. Thank you all very much for being here tonight. If anything important pops up, Adeline Bennett, what Pini, how you do? If anything pops up, then certainly Global Television comes out on the weekend. If not, then we will take our weekend break. Thank you all very much for being here tonight with us on the Global Television Group. Thanks to those on Instagram, to those on TikTok, and to those on YouTube. Thank you all very much. Fairy Hill need a wish. Well, may I tell you, it need to get rid of Anvaz. That's what Fairy Hill needs. Getting rid of do nothing, do very little, and Marie Vaz. Because I'm sure if somebody have the constituency that understand what the people need, understand the plight of the people, then something might just start happening. Let me see this. What was this one? Hold on, me never shown on this.
Wickedness. A school like Lystra Primary up in the cool hills of Trinityville.
Hold on to you.
The teachers have to be
Hold on, let me share this. I don't know.
walking. Teachers and students have to be walking in this kind of dirty water. This school gets no attention whatsoever. And when you really check the levels, Western St. Thomas has had a member of parliament from 2002. And good God, these people have no heart. They have no compassion. They have no sense of humanity within them. How do they sleep at night comfortably, knowing that the people who are supposed to educate the nation's children and the children of this nation have this kind of situation to contend with? What are they doing to address it? Absolutely nothing. Only look on the water. Look at the water pelting down. And funny enough, I can recall the former mayor of Morant Bay wanted to do something to address this very situation leading over to the school. And it was obstructed. It was obstructed by the same people who have sat down for years and done nothing. Jamaican people, time come to wise up. You deserve much better than wallowing in mud and water like pigs. Look at the dirty water, and this is what people have to be walking in. All I can say at this point in time is shame. Shame on the representatives for Trinityville Division who should be looking after the needs of teachers, parents, and students at Lister Primary School.
Don't now work. Me can't manage. Honestly, prosperity is swimming down a school step. Jesus. We can't manage under Holness government, Me just cannot manage. This is serious, This is serious. This is dangerous to children. This have to be. I don't know. I really haven't got a clue. But I thought they say we are living better than during slavery. Is that what they say? I know that them say we live better now than when we was in slavery. I thought that's what they say. Hey, Jesus. Boy. I think it been bad sent to the bed. There's other place in Jamaica, Badara.
When you take a look at some of these situations, it boils down to plain wickedness.
You have to play again, my people.
Up in the cool hills of Trinityville, the teachers have to be walking. Teachers and students have to be walking in this kind of dirty water. This school gets no attention whatsoever. And when you really check the levels, Western St. Thomas has had a member of parliament from 2002. And good God, these people have no heart. They have no compassion. They have no sense of humanity within them. How do they sleep at night comfortably, knowing that the people who are supposed to educate the nation's children and the children of this nation have this kind of situation to contend with? What are they doing to address it? Absolutely nothing. Only look on the water. Look at the water pelting down. And funny enough, I can recall the former mayor of Morant Bay wanted to do something to address this very situation leading over to the school. And it was obstructed. It was obstructed by the same people who have sat down for years and done nothing. Jamaican people, time come to wise up. You deserve much better than wallowing in mud and water like pigs. Look at the dirty water, and this is what people have to be walking in. All I can say at this point in time is shame. Shame on the representatives for Trinityville Division who should be looking after the needs of teachers, parents, and students at Lister Primary School.
I'm shocked. So what happened with civil engineering? Is there no way where they can divert this water somewhere else? They can build some farmer canal, tunnel, whatever it may name, to divert the water away from that step. So if during rainy period, when students and teachers or the general public have to use that daunting step, all I come away afraid of heights wouldn't have great problem with that step there. Big old a problem I would have with that step there. My God. Boy, not now work at Jamaica. St. Thomas, me think I did round a dump alone, tan bad. Me think I did round a dump, round a church corner alone, tan bad. Michelle Charles, James Robertson. What is happening? The people of St. Thomas need representation. Colonel Charles Jr., your team from Parts reached there because Damian Crawford asked for help for the people them around a church corner because they are getting a very raw deal. Have you gone to assess those children that are being poisoned daily environmentally? Have you gone to check? Have the MP gone to check? Because I'm sure you all see the video on the patrol social media. Have any of the 2 MPs in St. Thomas gone to church corner? Oh dear. Anyway, my people, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for always being a support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we're out on the weekend, you will definitely see our notification. Otherwise, we'll take a weekend break and whatever. If nothing happens, we'll join you right back here on Monday morning. Thank you very much for being a support to the Global Television Group. Thank you. Good night from Global TV.